Welcome to Movers and Mints Daily for August 18th, 2022. I'm your daily source for the top Solana NFT projects over the past 24 hours, and I introduce you to a popular upcoming mint that's going to be dropping soon. Today's top 5 has a couple surprises and a very interesting mint we're going to cover, but before we dive into it, I always want to remind you I'm not a financial advisor, so please do your own research before investing in any projects. Never be willing to put up more money than you can afford to lose. And also, subscribe. It's not that hard, so just do it. All right? It makes my day. It makes me feel good. A lot of work goes into this. Like this video, drop a comment, share it with a friend, and let's dive in to the whole show, starting with the top projects over the past 24 hours, starting with number 5, and that's going to be the Lurkers. We talked about the Lurkers yesterday. It's a brand new project. It did start off hot, like we always talk about these projects. Sometimes take off, they see that initial spike in excitement, and they start to level off. This one definitely has done that. 3.379 floor price, which makes it impressive that they're in the top 5 in terms of traded volume. 1.1 thousand in volume over the past 24 hours. Now that is a decrease of 56% day over day. So this one appears to have come out like a rocket, and it's just kind of starting to fade into the midnight darkness. I don't know, but it, we'll keep an eye on it. I think this might be the last time we see it in the top 5, but who knows? Who knows? So it's a project that is basically from what I understand, like Fiverr. If you have a skill, you can hop in the Discord, art, all kinds of different stuff, and you can look for a gig, and it's a community to do that. So that's what Lurkers are. I just want to go over that because we may never see them again in the top 5. Who knows? Let's move on to number 4, and that's going to be a brand new project called Rock, Paper, Dust. You can see the long explanation of what this is. Basically, it's rock, paper, scissors, but it's a casino-based game that says they're doing it differently. Do I know that? I don't know. But they seem to think that they're going to change the game. As we've seen recently, casino-based gambling sites, projects are really hot right now. So not a surprise that a project like this with the word dust in it, that's, the DeGods currency is out. So, we'll see how this goes, how this shakes out. Floor price of 1.09 right now. They've done 1.5 thousand since they minted, which has been less than 24 hours. So real impressive there. Low floor price, a lot of movement, a lot of people, a lot of action, and you get royalties if you own one of these bad boys. 69% actually of the revenue is shared. So we'll see if this goes anywhere. And let's move on to number 3. It is a fan favorite, the DeGods, the premier blue chip project. 280 is the floor price, so creeping up from where it was yesterday, closer to that 300 mark. 2.3 thousand in total volume in the past 24 hours, but I don't know. I always say it's not that impressive because they don't have to move a lot of these guys. You know what I mean? We're talking about projects with a sub 1 floor price being the top 5. They're competing with DeGods that is a 280 floor price. So they're not going anywhere. We know them very well. So I'm not going to dig deep into these guys. DeGods holding it at number 3 today. Number 2, another project we all know very well, the OK Bears. Still a low floor price at that 52.9. They did cross that 50 threshold, so I didn't buy one. I said I might think about it if it gets really low, but this seems to be going back up. They've seen a 90% increase in volume traded in the past 24 hours compared to the day before. 2.4 thousand in Solana traded in the past 24 hours there, and really close to that 2 million total volume Solana mark, which is really crazy to see that number that high. They're going to get there soon, probably within a week or two, and keep going, OK Bears. I believe in you. I really have no reason to. I have no dog in the fight, but I just, think it's a cool project and a great community. So let's move on to number 1 in the day, and that's going to be Vandals, which was surprising to me. We've seen the growth of this from Mint, which I covered them on one of my Movers and Mints podcasts, to them having a very successful 24 hours. Their floor price is at 10, which is, we'll check the analytics here. We'll look at the all-time floor price. I think that might be up there. Yeah, it's up there. So it's creeping up. It's the highest it's been since at least June 6th. And there must have been some kind of news or something about them, because we've seen a 488% increase in traded volume on these guys in the past 24 hours, day over day. So usually when you see a number that big, and you see them selling like hotcakes on the show as we talk right now. So these are hot right now. Dig into it. All the links for the projects that we talked about are in the description below, so you can take a look for yourself. Something's got to be going on with these guys. They must have made an announcement or something, but that'll round it out for the top 5 Solana NFT projects in the past 24 hours. Let's move on to a popular upcoming mint. This one's really interesting today. I don't know what to think about this one. So before we get into it, I always want to remind you how I get to where I'm looking at. Especially I want to defend myself on this one today. I go to Magic Eden, I go to the drop calendar, and then I filter by the number of upvotes. So you have to log in to Magic Eden in order to register to cast an upvote, so you can't bot the system, you can't cheat it. And I have done most of these, if not all of them. So I looked at Derivative Studio. That's the one we're going to cover today, with 1,840 upvotes. Keep that in mind, all right? So I was like, all right, I'll check it out. So I click on their Magic Eden page. Very nondescript. Not just another derivative collection, something much more significant, all right? You'll get a picture here. There's OK Bears, Cats on Crack. You got a Monkey DAO up there. You got a DeGod. You got all kinds of different projects that they're referencing, right? So August 21st, 1900 UTC. Looks like the launch time. So that's 3 days from now. So we're really close to the mint, if that is the mint. So I go over to their Twitter page, as you see here, 1,959 followers. Now I'm starting to get real confused, because if you see on their Magic Eden upvotes, they have 1,840. So you're telling me almost every one of their Twitter followers cast an upvote? Find that hard to believe. And they've been around since April of 2022. And their Twitter feed, their last post is August 3rd. Which derivative collection should be the first one? They got 1 retweet and 3 likes. I have no idea what's going on with them. Aside from that, they're just retweeting stuff. I'm not really sure what's going on with these guys. Then I head over to their Discord. Their Discord is bare bones minimum. It literally is 3 categories in the main info. We never DM, supply TBA, price TBA, verification, voting lounge, and then waiting room. And there's 2 people that said something in the waiting room, which is their chat, I guess, and that was today, and that's the history. So I have no idea what's going on with this project. I've been on record of saying that I think derivatives do have a place in this space. I think once Solana NFTs go mainstream, I think people are going to say, well, I miss the Bored Apes, like in Ethereum. And you know what I mean? I miss Bored Apes. So I have a Bored Ape Solana, Bored Ape Solana Club NFT because I, have that thought process. So I think once Solana goes mainstream, I think people are going to want derivatives. It's like a sub-community kind of thing. So I see the value in a project like this, but I don't know what the heck to think, because it doesn't seem to be much movement, and there's 3 days from the alleged mint date. So I'm not telling you to invest in these guys. I don't know what's going on. I just found it interesting that they had that many upvotes on the drop calendar page, and there seems to be not much going on. So interesting one today. So I don't know what to think. Sometimes random stuff just takes off. You never know. But Derivative Studio, that's the mint of the day we covered. All right, and that's going to wrap it up for Movers and Mints Daily. So thanks for watching. As always, remember, I'm your daily source for the top Solana NFT projects over the past 24 hours and introducing you to popular upcoming mints. So just subscribe, make my day. Every sub means a lot to me. Like this video, drop a comment. If you want me to cover a mint, I'll be more than happy to do that, and share your thoughts on Solana NFTs. By the way, breaking news, I'm starting a new podcast called Citizens of Solana, where I interview normal people about their path to getting onto Solana NFTs. So if you want to be on the show, let me know. I'll be more than happy to have you on. So checking out from Frisco, Texas. Remember, my name's Goldie. It's August 18th, and we're still asking, when's Solana summer? See you tomorrow.